There we go. Good morning. It's Monday, October 2nd, 2023. It's October 2nd. On the 28th of September, I was pretty sure it was the 18th. So, yeah, we never have, most of us, I'm going to go with all of us, never really have a good grasp on how fast the year is going. Um, and it's October 2nd. It's not even October 1st, it's October 2nd. Tomorrow, October 3rd, my mother would have been, probably is still, 99 years old. So that's kind of fun. I'm hoping you can see me, or I'm pretty sure you can see me. Oh, I'm hoping you can hear me. Found my headset about 5 minutes ago, which means maybe the Knitter's Oracle is in that same area. So that might come out soon. Um, yeah, let me move one window and then come back to this window. There we go. Nope, that didn't really work. Trying to see the comments. Okay. Did I talk about Mr. Mustache's collar with the bell last week? That's what I'm asking you. And then I'm going to start talking about, I don't know what. I was like, what should I talk about? I don't know. Let's just do it. Mr. Mustache is out here with me today. Mr. Mustache being my cat with the big mustache. And he may or may not make an appearance in the background. I'm kind of blown out in the blown out in the background. Um, he loves it so. And yesterday he brought. Now the light's really weird. There we go. Yesterday he brought me a vole as a thank you. So we've now entered that stage of cat love. Okay, planned to put one on him last week. Thank you, Kelly. So I put one on him. So Mr. Mustache and I go sit out on the front deck with a cup of tea. We were doing that every morning, and he would um, like come out with me, and I'd pet him, and he'd go. There's like areas of the yard, and he would go to one area of the yard, and then he'd come back like, "Did you see me? Did you see me?" And I'd pet him and go, "Wow, that was really brave." And then he'd go to the other area, and he'd come back, "Did you see me? Did you see me?" And I'd pet him, and then he'd go around the corner of the house where I can't see. I'm trying to get the light better again. Eh, did you see me? And each time he was a little away a little longer, and then I would like need to get back in the house for whatever, so I'd start looking for him. And once I saw him in the backyard of the neighbors over there, and when I yelled, he came right to me. I didn't yell. I'm like, "Mr. Mustache, what are you doing over there?" And he's like, "I'm sorry." And once he came from the front yard of the house over there. And then once he just didn't come for a long time, and then he came wandering from the across the way over there, and I'm like, oh boy, this is getting scary. So I ordered a breakaway collar, reflective collar with a bell and his name and his phone number printed on it. And it arrived. And the next morning we went out and I put it on him. I tried to figure out, how big around is his neck, and I tried to make it a little smaller than that, and I put it on him, and he was like, "What's this thing?" Just walking funny for a little bit. And then he went and did his thing, and he came back. That was really loud. Did you hear that? I'm going to turn off my... Nope. I'm going to turn off the sound on my computer, because I got a text. Wow, that was really loud. The boy. Okay. Give me a sec. Holy cow. So he went away and came back and didn't have his collar on the second time. And I was like, really? Already? And I walked around. He had been around the corner, and I walked around the corner, and I saw it right away. It was on the floor of the carport. And I picked it up. He must have either clawed at it or gotten it caught on something. And I thought, okay, I need to make it a little tighter. And I honestly haven't put it back on him because it's going to break away and I'm never going to see it again. So I'm like, maybe I should look into those AirTag things. And I just haven't put it back on him. I also haven't really let him out since then until yesterday. Um, when I have to go somewhere um, in the morning, I don't let him out because if he's not going to come back early, then I'm not going to leave him out. So yesterday I didn't have to go anywhere, and oh, there's flowers over there, huh? That weren't there yesterday. Well, speak of the devil. Hi, baby. Ugh. Come say hi to your adoring fans. There he is. There's Mr. Mustache. Ooh, let's get some better lighting for Mr. Mustache. Say hi. Hi. Stop it, Mom. Um, Yesterday I didn't have to be anywhere, so I let him out and I sat out with some tea and he went away, say all the same things. Didn't try to put his see there. There he goes. Didn't try to put his collar on him. And next thing I knew, there was a vole by the. I didn't see him come back and drop it off, but there was a vole by the front step. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure that had to be Mr. Mustache. So yay! What a good boy. So now we enter that chapter where I get gifts. Hopefully, none will come in the house with him. So thinking about AirTags, thinking about, well, knowing that the next time he goes into the vet, which should be pretty soon, I'll get the shots that cats should have when they go outside. I won't get them. I'll get them for him and for Frankie. Frankie's doing fabulously. He's a little love bug now. So that's really cool. He loves to get in the ductwork in the room that's the one of the bedrooms that's under construction has the vent register thingy off the wall. And so he goes in there and I'll walk in and I'll look and his little eyes will be peering at me from the opening. And since the basement is right there, at first I thought he'd fall down and I'd never see him again. He'd fall down into the ductwork, but the ductwork is in fact all on that level because that's the basement right there. So I'll hear boom, boom, boom in the house, where he's walking around, and then he comes back and out. And when I catch him out, then I block that opening. But I have yet to take a picture of him looking out of there. It's really adorable, so I might just open it up so I can get a picture. The things we do for social media. So I think that's enough cat talk for now. I could be wrong. On the house front, today my Hazlitt house is being cleaned by a person who cleans houses. And tomorrow the windows outside will be washed and Habitat for Humanity will come take a bunch of furniture away. On Wednesday, some more furniture will disappear and the carpets will be cleaned. And then there's just furniture in there, and I don't know if anything else has to happen. So hopefully it'll go on the market very soon, and it'll sell for $8 million, and I can pay for all the shit that's happening here and, maybe buy a mocha with the leftovers. So that would be nice. That's progress. It's progress. When I left yesterday, I picked up my son's albums that have been there. They're too heavy to carry, so you carry them out, a handful at a time. I got those out of there into my car where they still are. And I got all but 3 pieces of my artwork out of there, which is probably 3 dozen pieces that are in my car right now. And I don't have anywhere to put them. So they're going to ride around in my car a little bit. I hope they'll be okay. And I'll figure out where to put them in the house that has no floor space, or wall space at the moment. And, so there's 3 pieces left. So the next time I go with an empty car, I can just lay them flat in the back. Lay them flat in the back. So the art's out. The art and the albums were the messiest parts, the most pieces. And 3 pieces are coming here, but 2 of them are now in the garage. The other ones takes more people than I had with me yesterday. Yeah. When I left yesterday, I was like, felt the most relieved that it's ready to, it's almost ready. So that was a good feeling. And the next couple, Tuesday and Wednesday, are going to be a lot of appointments. I'm also getting a new humidifier here on Wednesday, and the windows washed on the outside here on Wednesday as well. So, and something else probably, I'm sure. And that's a lot, but that'll be, so Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be stressful in a good way. I keep going over in my head, okay, this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and I have help, so if I have to be at both houses at the same time, I'm fine. I can. And it'll be good. And my physical is on the 5th, which is in 3 days, so that's Tuesday and Thursday. And I have to call for my mammogram, and I have to call for something else. Haircut. I need a haircut. And then, and at the new house, the one where I am now, in my studio, my outdoor studio, because there's still no room on the inside, I now have tile on the floor, beautiful tile on the floor where the washer and dryer and sink are going to go. It's in, like it got installed, and then the next day they grouted it, and the next day, which was yesterday, we could walk on it. And so, or maybe that's today. Anyway, something got done, started and done in 2 days, so that's exciting. Now, that does not mean that the plumbing's ready for the washer and the dryer and the sink, so we have to get that done, and then perhaps we can move the washer and the dryer and the sink and hook it all up, and then perhaps I can do laundry. That would be really nice. I'll be happy when I can do laundry. So that's, and other stuff has probably happened here. The behind closed doors, I hear hammer, 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 and electric cutting things, and lots of noises. And then at the end of the 11 hours that the guy is here, I look and I'm like, I can't tell what he's done. I'm sure something. He's not just running the saw and smoking a cigarette. I don't know what he's doing. So, the flooring, the engineered flooring. Thank you for listening, by the way. The engineered flooring is scheduled to be installed or start to be installed on the 9th. So that's exciting. That's Monday, another Monday. That's a week from today. And then the painting is tentatively scheduled for 2 weeks after that. And those are the big things. And then we're moving. We're definitely going to move in. We're going to put furniture where it goes. We're going to attach the shelves to the wall. We're going to put books on the shelves. We're going to find the knitting and put the loom under the window and all the good stuff. So by the end of October, I can move in to the house that I've been sleeping in the dining room of for I don't know how long. So that's good. Forward progress. I honestly will be very surprised when I can walk into a room from another room. It'll feel so luxurious. So that's that. Going to work today at noon. For lunch, I'm going to have my leftover, the other burrito. I went to Fiesta Charo for the first time last night. It's been here for a long time on Park Lake Road. Technically in the parking lot of Costco, but it was there before Costco. There was a par 3 golf course there before. It was really pretty. I don't remember what it was called, but it was really pretty. And I used to golf. I was bad, but I was consistent so that I could, plan on. I wasn't surprised that I had to hit the ball a lot. Let's put it that way. I did donate my golf clubs when I moved here because it's been a long time and it wasn't something that I'm all eager to do again. But, if somebody wants to golf with me for a lot, then I will get some more clubs. It was hard to let go because I had a really pretty golf bag, but I let them go. It felt good. Now, my bicycle, I'm keeping. I haven't been on my bicycle for at least a decade and probably almost 2 decades, but I can imagine myself getting on a bicycle. So Kelly says, cool, soon you'll be all set up in your new home. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm like, now it's like, well, eventually, yes. I don't feel sad or resigned. I'm just like, it's going to happen. Like, it's just not time yet. So that's good. for Because for a while, a couple of weeks ago, I told you I was feeling all sorry for myself, but now it's like, it'll happen. It's getting closer. I have tile floor I can see and walk on, so that's cool. Um, yeah, I have to get keys made, copies of keys made, so I can give them to my new neighbors. Because I only have one for me and one for the construction people right now. The guy who comes in and works for 11 hours and then leaves, and I can't tell what he's done. I know he's doing things. Holes are getting filled, drywall's getting put up, tracks are up for track lighting. It's all happening. Um, mhm. I was sitting outside last night in the dark out here, looking out that way. I was so happy because it's so beautiful, and the little night animals were making noises. And I can hear Okemos Road a little bit, and that's okay because I live right by Okemos Road. And I was also sitting out earlier in the day in the daylight, and I was so happy because it's so pretty. So, yay. Um, what else is going on? Going to work today. It's garbage day, so that's exciting. That means I get to scoop the litter for sure. And I'm thinking about those robot litter scooper things, robot litter boxes, whatever they're called. And the very few people that I know that have them love them. And then, of course, all the reviews you read in the ads, everybody loves them, of course. Um, I would need two, and I would need them to not be an enclosed thing that the cat walks into because Frankie won't have any of that. No enclosed spaces for Frankie. Um, yeah. So thinking about that, thinking about air tags, um, I think the cats are living a pretty good life. I think so. Mr. Mustache found a place to hang out that I can't figure out where it is. So he comes out at dinner time. He comes out most of the time, but like sometimes I can't find him. I'm like, I know he's in the house here somewhere. He did spend one night in one of the bedrooms because I didn't know he was in there, and I went and looked, and then I closed the door, and he must have run in. Um, and then in the next morning, I heard meow, a little polite meow, and I opened the door, and he came out of the bedroom. So he got to stay in the bedroom. Um, yep. So I want to give a shout out to my car, my Jeep, because it has been hauling so much stuff, and it just makes me happy that I have a vehicle that can haul so much stuff. I mean, I had a series of station wagons that hauled a lot of stuff, and then I had the Equinox for a couple of years, I guess, year and a half. I don't remember how long, and that hauled a lot of stuff. But my Jeep has the most cuteness. The cuteness factor is high with the Jeep, and plus it hauls a lot of stuff, so that's fun. I'm looking right at it because I'm facing the carport. Um, um, what else? What do you want to know? Got 10 minutes. The weather is glorious. My friend Jenny works at Home Depot, and when there's a day that I don't go there, she checks on me to make sure I'm okay. I don't always go there to buy anything. Sometimes I just go to look around because there's a lot to see. I find things. I'm like, oh, that would be handy someday. One of the one of the teachers that I talked to or that I took a class from said, go to Home Depot, wander around, go slowly, look at everything because there's stuff that you could use for things for purposes that they're not intended for. Um, and it's actually kind of fun to imagine this is kind of cool. What could I use this for? Or on the other hand, I need something that does this. Does it exist? And go and see what you can find that might work for that. Is there any yard work to be done at your new place? Oh, that's a great question. Why? Do you want to come over and do it, Kelly? Um, so the house I'm moving from is almost a half acre lot, and it's all grass. I mean, there's a house and there's some beds around the house and there's some trees, but it's all grass. And I've been paying for that to be mowed since the divorce, because before that the other person mowed. And it's always been beautiful. It's a beautiful stretch of grass. The whole neighborhood's like, "Oh, you have such a pretty yard," because there's our not a half acre of grass. There's are smaller for one thing. I have the joy of being I back onto a secondary road, so um, the people on either side have a pool or trees or fences. Everybody but me has a fence on that strip. So that's why everybody can see my yard. Here, the grass is a little strip across the very front along the road where the mailbox is. And um, um, thanks, Kelly. I'll just wait. Oh, Tammy, there's no knitting because it's in boxes, which I could look through and find things, but then I'd have these open boxes. And once I open a couple boxes, I know I won't stop, and that would be mayhem. So it's not happening. Hi, Mr. Mustache. Um, so then the rest of the yard is like you see here, ground cover or little plantings, big plantings. I did find that I have two, maybe three holly bushes, a male and a female, and then another one that has berries. So whichever that one is, I have two of those. And um, I have witch hazel. I have a China rose. I have a little twist of a cherry tree. Very interesting plantings. So somebody was very interested in having, very cool. I have a little herb garden in pots over there. That's what's flowering. I have I'm getting to answer your question, Kelly, eventually. I have an app on my phone that was recommended by a friend. It's called Seek, and it's by iNaturalist, the I, little I and the big N. And I've been using it, but I'm going to have to find another one because what it does, you have to take a picture and then, no, that picture's not good enough. We can't quite tell. Can you take another one? And after many, many pictures, usually it says, we think this is a dicot. I have to figure out what a dicot is. And yesterday I got a monocot. Woohoo! Something different. And then, so there's like a little series of green dots, and the closer it gets to identifying it, the more green dots light up. And if I can get them all to light up, it's like, yay, you found a whatever, hooray, and more information. And you click and it gives you the first paragraph of the Wikipedia entry, the taxonomy, so all the little layers of what it's called and where it belongs in the kingdom, the plant kingdom. And then it says, it blooms here and here's the zone and have a nice day. Hi, Mr. Mustache. And that's not helpful. I mean, it's helpful, but I want to know, how does it, do I need to do anything special? I don't know. So I'm going to look for another one that has more information than Wikipedia. And so I tried another one. Forget what it was called. Picture This, I think. And right away it wanted me to sign up with see? But are you paying for it, Kelly? Because it wanted me to pay for it immediately. Or I would get a 7-day free trial and then I'd pay for it. So if that's what I need, I'll do it. But I don't want to pay for it if I don't have to. So I have all this landscaping, all these plantings that I need to identify. I don't need to, but I want to. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll see. And I might have told you this, but shortly after I moved in, I saw the neighbors on the ones on that side in their yard. So I walked over and introduced, because there's this area. My yard goes to the end of the trees, which is not that far away, and then there's grass on the other side. And I know that that's not my property, but it's a right of way. Excuse me. That's like where a road would be if there was a road there. So nobody owns it. And I said, who's responsible for mowing that? He said, oh, I've been mowing it. I'll just keep mowing it for you. And he said, and I'll get that patch of, up by the strip up by the road too. And I'm like, thank you. So I don't have to mow. And then I felt guilty. I hadn't talked to them since then, and I was feeling guilty. And yesterday I was sitting out on their front porch. I have Sunset Gardens. But yeah, an app that just tells me what it is. Sunset Gardens would be fun to look up. I do have that book. The big book. The big book. Thank you, Tammy, for reminding me. It's in a box. When I find it, I'll use that too. That'll be fun. The old school looking things up. That'll be fun. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yesterday, I was sitting out front with Mr. Mustache right before he brought me a vole, or brought the front door a vole. And a family of 4 walked by, and they stopped and said, look at that cat. Can we come see the cat? And I said, yes. And then I said, are you my next door neighbors? Because it had been a long time since I'd seen them, a number of weeks. They said, yes. So we talked. I brought them in to see the progress on the house. And I said that I felt guilty, having him mow, and I was going to offer him gas money, but then I saw that I think it's an electric mower, so I would offer him electricity money. Ha, ha, ha. He said, oh, no, it's fine. I don't mind at all. And then he said, I noticed your forsythia are getting a little scraggly. Would you like me to trim those? And I'm like, oh, I can do that. And then I said, yes, I would like you to do that. Thank you. And then he just went on, I'll do this, and I can do this, and I have a chainsaw, so I can trim this. And I'm like, all right. So I have my neighbor's going to do my yard for me. And I said, I'm pretty sure that pretty soon the leaves are going to fall off all these beautiful trees. He goes, I just mow them in. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah. So I have a yard guy who lives next door, and I'm very happy about that. And I just started shutting up and saying yes instead of arguing that I can probably get to it eventually. And then when they were inside my house looking, and I know, awesome neighbor, when I was showing them the studio and saying this is going to go, I work in fiber arts, and this is going to go here and that's there, and that's where I can teach knitting classes. And the wife perked up. She's like, could I ask you knitting questions from time to time? And I was like, absolutely. And now I know how I'm paying for the yard work. So it's perfect. It's perfect. A superhero for sure. Yeah, so there will be a nice exchange there, and I won't feel as guilty. I won't feel guilty. So that's good. Very happy. I can't wait to get to know the other neighbor on the other side more. I saw her today while I was puttering at the kitchen window, because from the kitchen window I can see the road in front of my house. I can't see it from anywhere else. And I saw her walk by, and I was going to go, hi, Debbie, but I didn't want to scare the shit out of her. So I did not do that. But I think that she's going to be a very good neighbor, a very nice neighbor too. I met her briefly, and she liked my light up tree that used to be in the background of my Zoom, of my things, whatever I'm doing, my live streams. And she said, that made me so happy. So I know that we're going to get along just fine. Yeah, so thanks for asking that question, because that just happened yesterday, and I was like, really? You're just going to take care of my yard for me? Because I'm paying a shit ton of money to have the yard at the other house taken care of. So I am greatly appreciative. So guess what? It's 9:29. I do not have my Knitter's Oracle deck, but since I was able to find the headphones, to be honest, Tammy texted me at 8:53 and said, have you found your headphones yet? And I'm like, oh crap, does that mean I should have my headphones? So I went and looked in the one place I thought they might be, and they were. So I'll go see if I can find other things that will help. I am apparently teaching a class a week on the 7th, which is Saturday. Melissa Leitman is putting on a virtual event called Melissa and Friends, and I'm teaching my Reading Your Knitting class virtually. And I guess I'll teach it right here if the weather's good, because and I have to set up my hands camera. So I think that thing that lets me do that is also in the same place that the headphones were. So that could be 4 minutes before, so 8:56. If I can do my math correctly. Hi, Mr. Mustache. Yeah, so I'm teaching. I knew I was teaching in October, but I thought it was later October, but it turns out to be less than a week away now. So if you want to take my Reading Your Knitting class, go sign up. I need to get a newsletter out so I can tell people what's going on. It's been so long since I put a newsletter out. That whole no internet for a month kind of put the kibosh on a lot of things. Oh, minutes are the same no matter what time zone you're in, Tammy. Just FYI. Um, I don't know. It's 9:31. I'm going to go get ready for working at the shop at noon, and I will see you next week. Thank you for being here. Bye.